welcome. All right, so today we're going to look at an example of a percent decrease problem, which is connected to percent change. There's the increase version and the decrease version. So in this situation, we're going to look at example 2, and then you're going to look at another example, and you're going to be doing that along with me as I'm doing example 2. So example 2 says, last year a website had 40,000 visitors, and this year it has 37,000 visitors. What is the percent change in the number of visitors from last year to this year? So here's a nice diagram that the books gives us. So last year we had 40,000. So we're thinking of that as like 100%. We started with 40,000. That was my original. And then after a year passed, it went down to only 37,000. So that's this year. And we need to figure out what's the percent change. This is going to be a decrease problem because we're going from a bigger number, 40,000, to a smaller number, 37,000. So if we're getting smaller, then it's a percent decrease versus a percent increase. But everything else is the exact same. Okay, so we're going to use the percent equation. We know generally that part equals percent times whole. And then now we have this like modified version where we're going to think of the part as our change. Our percent is our percent change. And then our whole is going to be like the original, what we start with. So change is in the number of people. Original, change in number. So this means our change is the change in the number of visitors. That's going to be equal to the percent change we have times the original number of their visitors. Okay, so we're going to work through that, but I want to now introduce your problem. You try. Last year, Miss Steliotes had 600 Instagram followers, and this year she had 528. Sad face. What is the percent change in the number of Instagram followers from last year to this year? Okay, so we're going to write down part equals percent times whole. And in this case, our part is going to be the change in the number of followers. That's going to be equal to our percent change times our original number, how many I started with. Okay? So for my one over here, for my example, the percent change is what I'm trying to find. The original number was 40,000. And then the change takes a little bit more work. The change is what was the amount of change from my original to my new value. So I had 40,000, and I'm going to subtract 37,000. When I subtract those, I'll get 3,000. So my change is 3,000. So the website lost 30,000 visitors. Okay, so now you figure out, write the next step here, just like I did. How many Instagram followers did I lose? That's going to be your change. The percent change we're going to solve for, and then the original is how many did I start with. So go ahead and fill that out. All right, so you should have gotten that our change was 72. If I take 600 and I subtract 528, I get 72. So that's how many Instagram followers I lost in my year. That's my change. The percent change is what we're trying to figure out. And then my original is I started with 600. So that should be our equation. All right, now I'm going to flip back to my example. So now we have our equation. We need to solve it. So 3,000 equals my percent change times 40,000. So to find my percent change, since this is what I'm trying to find, and I know currently my percent change get multiplied by 40,000, need to undo it, I need to divide. So I'm going to divide by 40,000, divide by 40,000. So my percent change is going to be equal to whatever 3,000 divided by 40,000 is. Okay, and when I divide that out on a calculator, I'm going to get 0.075 as my percent change. Okay, we're not done there, but I'm going to pause there and I want you to do the same thing. So now you have your equation, 72 equals my percent change times 600. solve that out to see what the percent change is in this form. And you should get 0.12. So we divide 72, our change, divided by our original 600, and we get 0.12 when we do that, or 0.12. So that's my percent change, just like I have 0.075. The problem is this is represented in decimal form, and I want it in percent form. So I'm going to take my decimal form, take that, multiply by 100, or just move the decimal place over 2. And when I do that, I'll get 7.5%. Right, so my percent change is 7.5%, but we said from the beginning, since the number of people that went to this website went down, we have a percent decrease. So our final answer would be that there is a 7.5% decrease. Right? So then do the same for you as well. Convert this decimal form to my percent form, and then add in that I'm talking about a percent decrease here. All right, and you should get a 12% decrease. Move the decimal place over 2 to get 12%. That's the same as 0.12. 12% decrease. So I lost 12% of my Instagram followers in the past year, according to this. And according to this problem, the website lost 7.5% of its visitors. So we're saying compare